O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is a podcast from Minute Media.
Hashtag no music, no intro. Woo, hope Ryan is ready. Took a refreshing nap. He fell asleep, woke up to the NFL schedule being out.
Man,
We're recording this episode of Hashtag Saints Twitter podcast kind of late, even late for our standards. It's almost 10 o'clock California time. It's almost midnight Central time where Ryan is. My man passed out, had a amazing nap. But we really wanted to knock out the schedule release episode as the NFL schedule has been released. Because I get why people love this episode, or it gets a lot of listens. Is it's kind of like, okay, football's around the corner. Football's going to be starting in about 4 months, like that feeling. So I get it. But before we go into breaking down the Saints schedule for the upcoming season, Ryan and I have talked about this, especially during the draft, when we were in Vegas for the draft. But our goal is to make this podcast like a big thing. And the only way that that's going to happen is obviously more people start listening to our podcast, whether it's word of mouth, you guys on social media, retweeting, liking, doing things like that to spread it around. But we also, a big portion of our podcast, that helps us continue to do it, and we've been on it for a while, is the support we get from our Patreon supporters. And so I believe right now we're, in terms of the goal before the start of the season, we're at 120 Patreons, if memory serves correctly. I'll look at it right now. So we're 80 away before the start of the season. So we're close, not there yet, but we're making progress. So the Saints Twitter podcast will be going to a game in New Orleans. Ryan and myself will be going to a game in New Orleans. We're going to the Raiders game. That is the game on Halloween Eve in New Orleans. Ryan and I, we already got tickets. Shout out to our boy Joey. He I want to be there. I want to be sitting next to y'all. He's coming. And also, what we also did is that we have an extra ticket. It is up for grabs. We're going to raffle it off. For you to be eligible to potentially, get picked in the raffle, you can do it one or two ways. One way, you can just become a Patreon member and just, so if you're a Patreon, boom, you're eligible to be in the raffle. If you're not a Patreon, if you don't want to join, if you contribute anything towards Alan's tailgating together cause and just show and send us proof of that, that's another way that you can be entered into the raffle. Because at the end of the day, we're about giving back. And not only are we raffling off a ticket for the Saints Raiders game on Halloween Eve, so it's going to be fucking lit, just crazy. We're also doing a meetup, a podcast meetup, that same weekend of the Raiders game. The details are unknown. We don't know where it's going to be or anything like that. We're working on, obviously, we got 5 months to figure it out, but we're working on all those details. So we were serious when we said we want our podcast to be something big. And the one thing I do love about our podcast is the way that it's allowed us to interact with other portions of Saints Twitter, the camaraderie, we have so many things stored upcoming for this upcoming season. Like, we're just at the tip of the iceberg. So I'm looking forward to it. But so if you want to be, potentially want to sit next to Ryan, myself, and Joy, no offense to Joy, but Ryan, myself, either become a Patreon. If you're already a Patreon, you're good. You don't need to do anything else, or so either become a Patreon between now and I don't know what I'm going to make the cutoff. I don't know we're going to do the raffle, the drawing, or whatever, or donate to Alan's tailgating hashtag tailgating together cause. You can follow Alan on Twitter at Alan _ I believe it's 81 off the top of my head. But I mean, I'm excited about it, and so just so people know, like this isn't just talk. Like tickets already bought, done. So this is happening, and I felt like I had to buy the tickets, or else Ryan may have flaked. So now he can't flake, man. But I think I'm more excited about this upcoming football season. Not even such of like a football standpoint. Like, don't get me wrong, the Saints are going to provide us with content for months on end during the actual games. But just how it's going to allow us to have more connection, interacting with people, our listeners.
Oh yeah, man!
Try to do the Zoom, the live stream Zoom meetings during games.
It's gonna be lit, man. It's gonna be lit. Can't
wait for it. So I just wanted to put that at the beginning of the episode to let people know that we're serious. So if you're listening, if you're not a Patreon yet, anything that you can contribute to become a Patreon, we appreciate it. That also give you access to our Discord that is popping. We've gotten like a flood of like, I guess it's like pounds or like international Patreons over like the last week or so, like 3 or 4, which is mind-blowing in itself. But if you just want to just talk about everything and what we're doing for the pod.
No, man, it's just awesome, bro. Like, it's really limitless how far we could grow this thing. So I really look forward to this year, kind of taking a step. Like last year, we were still kind of new as far as like during the season and kind of dipping our toe in the water. But I feel like this year we really like starting to push the edge a little bit, And we did to the draft, went to the Senior Bowl, doing the Zoom stuff. So I just feel like, we're just going to keep trying to push it as big as we can, man. And hopefully, people enjoy it and it'll be like a loop, because the more people that enjoy it, the more content we can do. And the more content we can do, the more people that can enjoy it. So, so I look forward to it, man.
Yeah, and I just love, I think what I look forward to it too. The thing I enjoy the most is just the community that we're building. Like we have a channel on our Discord that's just about networking, where people in our Discord are telling like potentially like what their professions are and saying, hey, someone needs this, boom, I'm your man. Someone needs this, I'm your girl. Like that is huge. And
yeah, man, because it builds your own ecosystem.
Absolutely. So everything's pretty much like I essentially have booked the entire Raiders trip already, except for fucking the rental car. How is it that 4 days of a rental car is more than my flight? I need someone to explain it, man. And then this is gonna sound bad. We're gonna get to the schedule, but bro, I was looking at Turo and I wanted to go that route, but like all the options they had for cars were like super fucking nice, and I was like, do I really want to be driving this super nice car?
Going up on that video, boy.
It's not my car. Bro, there was an Audi SUV with black rims, and that bitch was like $275 for 4 days, and I was just looking at it like, nah, that's just a flashing warning sign like that. Like, what am I doing? Like, no. Love New Orleans though, but being in New Orleans, Halloween Eve that weekend is going to be great, and it worked out perfectly too because my return flight gets back to LA at 1:30, so I'll still be able to take my daughter trick-or-treating on Halloween. Can't work out any better than that. That said, anyway, so long story short, if you're not a Patreon, become one if you can afford it. Be in the raffle, get in the Discord. We're 80 members. We're 80 people away from our goal of 200. let's get into this fucking schedule. I know that we all knew who the opponents were going to be when the season ended, right? And yet I'm looking at this, and I've gone over it a couple of times here and there. Had a busy day, but I've gone over it, and I just kept saying, "God damn!"
Bro.
It's a rough schedule. For comparison's sake, I went back. I didn't listen to the whole thing. I listened to the end of our last schedule release episode we did for last season, and we predicted the Saints to go 10-7. The Saints went 9-8, and if it wasn't for that fucking Giants game, it probably would have went 10-7. So we were right. You know, we maybe missed like, you know, got a game wrong in terms of a win or a loss, but like at the end, we were pretty right on the money. It'll be interesting to see how well we do with this schedule, because it is brutal. It's quite brutal, I must say. It is quite brutal.
It is, bro. And it's a different team this year, man. Even though a lot of the players are different, no Sean Payton, a couple players lost. It's just gonna be. We'll see. I hadn't even thought through like the wins losses yet. I'm just gonna kind of go through it, as I hear it. Because man, I just looked at that schedule and the way the bye week works, international travel.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of just. There's not a good stretch of just 12 p.m. noon games. So like the schedule, like man, it's gonna take the team's gonna have to be resilient.
It does. Yeah, that's perfectly said. I will say I am glad that the Saints have, like, I believe they have 10 noon games this season. Okay. Thank God. Oh, I don't like late game, like that noon game. For me, it's perfect. And usually it used to be about like my emotions within football, and the Saints are probably like, oh, I just want to get this game over with, and then I can either like process the loss, or I just want it to be over with at this point. Like it just me and Ryan can start recording fucking earlier. Like, but let's get into it. So we're gonna break it down, week at a time, and then come up with, So last year we were in lockstep pretty much in terms of the team record. Let's see if that continues or if we have different perceptions of how the season's going to go. Let's start with week 1 at Atlanta, the Falcons. In theory, this should be a win. The Falcons have one of the worst in terms of talent rosters there are in the NFL. And I'm not saying this just because of the Falcons. That's just facts. Like they're a bottom 3 team in terms of talent. However, we know that, maybe it was a Sean Payton thing, but the team always seems to, for whatever reason, overlook some opponents. Maybe they won't do it because it's week 1, but what are your thoughts of opening in Atlanta?
We know just from history that game is just never easy. It's just never easy. The players going to be up. I don't think the Saints going to overlook them. Falcons definitely not going to overlook the Saints. Falcons can't overlook anybody, honestly. So it's just, and it's such an unknown. Like it's just been Matty Ice for so long. You kind of knew what you was going to get from the Falcons. So like we don't even know the starting quarterback going to be. Like we assume it's Mariota. I don't know. Maybe
Desmond Ritter has like a great training camp in preseason.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what if it's close between Ritter and Mariota? You got to go Ritter then, right? Like,
maybe.
So
I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Like, Mariota ain't blowing nobody away. Like, I'm not
correct
blowing nobody out. Nobody out the way in training camp. Like, I don't know.
This is the battle of the number 1 overall and number 2 overall pick all over again. If it is,
I know, bro. How crazy is that? Crazy is that? But like just when you think about it when you think about it on paper, the Saints defense on paper is much better than the Falcons defense and with their up, like, man, before they drafted Drake London, like their wide receiver core was worse than ours. And they're saying I'm like,
so bad. It's so
like,
bad,
bad, man. And like I was like, who are these people? Like, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, like that should be a W. If the Saints have this shit together and play to their talent, you know, that should be the first W of the season. And that would be a huge just check mark just to get that W on a division rival early in the season, just to get that check box checked. You know, it's just like it'll be like a brute, like just a whew, okay.
I think it also would,
it's a long stretch after that.
It is. And I also think it would help taking a little, I won't say pressure, but like just a little bit off of Dennis Allen's shoulders, bro. Because like,
oh yeah,
he has a lot of pressure on him. Period.
That first win for a new coach, bro, is so huge, man. Because you know you run through training camp and preseason, and you know it's that first win kind of justifies all the work you did. You know what I'm saying? And it just gives that validation that, look, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got y'all, I'm doing a good job. You know what I'm saying? I'm going, because players just want to be led. That's all they want to be led.
That's it, man.
And they just want to win, man. They just want to win. They just want to know that you're going to put them in a position to win and execute. As long as they execute and do their job, and they win. You know what I'm saying? And if they could get that first win, that'll just, it obviously doesn't fix everything. You got a whole season, but it just starts the season off on the right track. Whether you lose that game, then you're trying to figure out where we went wrong. And, we were close to this, and we just gotta fix our issues on this and that. We don't want to deal with that shit, bro. You don't want to deal with that on your first. Sean Payton got his first win against the Cleveland Browns, or was it Green Bay or the Cleveland?
It was Green Bay.
Check that box off, and it was like, oh, okay, you got a little win, Green Bay, okay. Then you got the win against the Browns, and it was like, oh, okay. Everybody was looking at that Falcons game, back in the dome. Like, okay, that's the one right there, Mike Vick and all that.
Oh man,
that's really, okay, like okay, we got here.
We here.
So just getting that first win, man, just gonna take that edge off just a little bit.
It will. And I can't understate how important those first 3 weeks are, bro. They think all their opponents are division rivals.
Huge, bro. Like that first 3 weeks. And it's, the nice noon games, it's just like, man, if you can handle those, we'll get to the next one, but those first 3 games, man, gonna tell us a lot.
A lot. So let's get to week 2. So you gave him a win at Atlanta. I'm going to also give him a win at Atlanta. Week 2, Tampa Bay at home, the Dome, regular season. Tom Brady is 0-4 against the Saints in the regular season, 1-0 against the Saints in the postseason. And this Tampa Bay team in week 2 is not going to be at full health. Obviously, I would, Chris Godwin probably is not going to be back from his injury. And I just keep thinking, I do think the Bucs this season will get a win against the Saints in the regular season. I don't think it's going to be week 2, though. I don't, man. I don't. Dennis Allen just has been able to figure out things. And I know we sometimes maybe shit on DA when it's deserved, but also, I think it's important to give him his flowers too. Has there been a defensive coordinator in the NFL that has been able to pester and completely make Tom Brady look like a below average quarterback than DA has in 5 games, bro?
I can't think of any in Tom Brady's career.
You can't. It's unreal.
I can't think of any, bro. No, man.
No, you can't, bro. Now, this is completely different. Defense, maybe Marcus May might not be playing because of suspension or what have you. You have, Honey Badger back there. It's a different defense, a different secondary. The secondary plus the pressure is what led to so much of that the angst that is put on Tom Brady. But I do feel like in week 2 in the Dome, that is going to be a game where the team in totality, especially the defense, is going to be up for. I know Tom Brady's going to go out there swinging, and he's going to he may kind of press it because that's something Tom Brady, he hears it, bro. Can't beat this team in the regular season. It weighs on him. So I'm not saying it's going to be an easy game. It's not going to be a game where we might hold them to 0 points again. But I do think that they will get the win and start the season 2-0. And be 2-0 in the division. Technically, you're 4-0.
Bro, it's huge. And we know how hype it'd be. If you beat Tampa Bay, those games are always our best numbers, man.
Absolutely, bro.
Game 5, bro. Nothing like it, bro. We love beating them. It's almost become, better than the Falcons. The Falcons have been so mediocre. Beating Tampa Bay has just been one of the biggest things for Saints fans, and I love it. We love it. Everybody loves it. So that would be a huge win if they can pull that one off. Like you said, Tom Brady, you're gonna be hearing it all
week leading up to the game.
All week leading up to the game, 2 weeks leading up to the game, because it's the Saints. They're gonna, most likely everybody will pick against the Saints because that's usually how it goes. But they don't, it's in the back of Brady's mind constantly that, this team has kind of owned him.
Yes.
Unlike any team has ever owned him ever.
Ever, man. I guess in totality, if you also throw in the game against, Tom Brady that was in 2009, the team has been able to be his kryptonite. Even in that playoff game, the defense didn't lose that game. So the defense went toe to toe with Tampa Bay better than any team in the league since he's been with the Bucs. I'm giving them a win. What about you? You're gonna win in week 2? You think they're gonna take it down?
Baby.
All right, 2-0. Starting the season 2-0. There we go. Week 3, Carolina. I think things come crashing down, bro. Not crashing down.
And it just always seems to be Carolina, right?
Always, man. Never fails.
That is at Carolina. It just feels like one of them games where, it's just we just come out there flat.
Flat. Yep.
Trevor Penny probably finally get his start. He gets smoked
by Brian Burns, bro.
Chris Olave drop a deep pass in the end zone. It's everything just ain't right, man. It's one of them games.
I forgot to say this before we start going into games, but so I will be attending 3 Saints games this season. Going to the Vikings game overseas, we're going to talk about soon. Going to the San Francisco game in San Francisco. My girl's parents have season tickets to the Niners game, so going to go do that one, and then we're going to the Raiders game. And I tweeted on Twitter, bro, just put 3. Whatever.
What else we losing?
Put them on the board, bro. Put them on the board. But with week 3, I do think I think you said it perfectly, man. I don't, and maybe we don't know, right? Maybe this is we will see something different from this team, from Dennis Allen, how they're coached. But I can just see the Saints kind of just smelling themselves a little bit. They 2-0. They beat 2 division rivals. They're on their way, and then they go to Carolina, who will probably be starting fucking Sam Darnold still. I don't even know, bro. I have no idea. That's what makes it sad, right? And then plus it's early in the season. So, Christian McCaffrey probably ain't got hurt yet. Right? Oh, yeah. We catch him right before he gets injured again. I just see it as a loss, and they go 2-1 before they have to fly over to London. So right now we have them at. Right now we got them at 2-1. All right. Week 4, the quote unquote home game. So they're actually losing a home game this season. in London against the Vikings. I'll be my first time traveling out of the U.S., bruh. Like, it's fine that I'm going to see the Saints play, right? But like, it's more of like a man. Like, I'm going overseas, and I know like for some people that's not like a big deal because like they've done it their entire lives. But like for me, like I can't put into words of like the significance of it. Of just I don't know. It means a lot personally. So the fact that I'm going overseas, being able to to see the Saints play in London against the Vikings, like that's a rivalry in it fucking self. Very excited about it. I believe, and I could be wrong, that all the international games that the Saints have done since when Peyton was the head coach, they were undefeated. I believe that's true. I don't think they've lost a game overseas.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah, so it was the Chargers, it was Miami. Am I missing a game overseas, or was it just Chargers and Miami? But I think that's it. And they won both games. Whatever the plan is for that week, Dennis Allen just needs to call up Sean and say, hey, what worked for you? Because week 4, London, even though they've been 2-0 overseas, I'm gonna be at that game. You got Kirk Cousins, you got Dalvin Cook, you got Justin Jefferson. Oh no, man, that could be an L, bro.
Like it just goes. Games like that, man, overseas just comes down to how good your team's logistics is. And
yep.
Well, one thing I know about the Saints, bro, like Gail Benson, all them, they don't pitch a penny, bro. Like they go above and beyond to make sure like the players' routines aren't messed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they're gonna plan the shit out there. I'm sure they already got it planned out now, like the logistics and everything. Like it's gonna be smooth as hell. Will that lead to a win? I don't know. We got to see how the Vikings gonna look. That's kind of an interesting team. Just to handle that.
This is when a person like NFL Travelocity would come in, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is time here. Here's what happens on the logistics side.
That man was running a whole NFT fucking cryptocurrency scheme on football Twitter, bro.
We was just thirsty, bro.
Thirsty, man. Like, I'm so thirsty. I remember when he followed me back, I was like, oh my God, he followed me.
Yo, follow me back in the philosophy.
Man, booking hotel.
Booking hotels and shit, man.
Anyway, sorry to digress. But to your point, I think the Vikings are, to your point, like you said, the Vikings are a very interesting team because they have a new head coach and Kevin O'Connell? Yeah, mm-hmm. O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell. You got the Kirk Cousins experience, another year. Adam Thielen was banged up a lot last season. Justin Jefferson was great last season, but I think I can probably say like he took a step back from his rookie season. You have Dalvin Cook. That Vikings team had hung their hat on defense for so long, and now you don't have Mike Zimmer there. They still got some pieces in place. They got Eric Kendricks. They got Lewis Cine in the draft, who me and you both loved, and I can see him just rocking one of our wide receivers, bro, just destroying Traquan, bro, or Juwan Johnson. I have this game down as an L. I don't know why I do, but I have it as them taking an L against the Vikings in London.
They go 2 L's. That's when the adversity starts.
That's when it creeps up.
Going to London and losing sucks, bro. Like that's.
It does, and that's a long fucking plane ride back, bro.
Ooh, man.
And you get to stew in it. And I don't know if this is the first time that this has happened, or maybe it's happened before. But like the Saints will have a bye after the London game, bro.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be like a rule, like every team gets a bye week after the international game.
They fuck that player safety. Y'all Negroes getting back to work.
Back to work.
So do you have them as an L to the Vikings, or do you think they're gonna get the win in London?
No, I'm gonna go with a W here.
Okay. So I'm keeping track. So right now I got them at 2-2. You got them at 3-1. So now we go to so that was in London. So they come back and they actually have a home game against the Seahawks. If Drew Lock is the starting quarterback of the Seahawks, maybe it'll be Baker Mayfield. Maybe something happens. But like as of right now, we have to assume it's Drew Lock until we know it's not. They gotta win that game, bro.
Gotta win, bro. Hey, that Geno Smith game was kind of close, bro. Like
Geno Smith game was kind of close because Jameis had a shitty game, and people refuse to believe that it was rainy outside, like it was drizzling, like he's an NFL quarterback. Like what are we doing? Yes, that game was close. That was one of the few games we did like a live stream for Monday Night Football.
And one thing, I don't know, are we counting the Alvin Kamara thing? Right
now I am not, because I am. This is a complete assumption. I'm assuming that these continuances in court continues, and his case may get continued all the way until fucking next season. He may get suspended at some point this season, but it probably seems more likely to me that he could probably be suspended next season if his court case continues to be continued. I don't know anything. I'm just going off.
I agree.
Off that assumption.
It's like that was the Deshaun Watson case. Like they talking about, he might not face anything until next year.
That's what, bro. That is wild.
Hey, man,
that is wild. Wow, I hadn't heard that. Holy shit, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I have them beating the Seahawks. After London, it's a home game. It'll be a good game. I don't think it's going to be like an easy game or a blowout or anything, but I do have them bouncing back after dropping to. For me, dropping to and beating the Seahawks. What about you?
Yeah, I got to beat the Seahawks, man. So we about 4-1, rolling, 3-1.
You would be at 4-1. I have them at 3-2 right now. Yeah. You have them at 4-1.
4-1, baby. The Who-That's out here rolling.
All right, bro. The game that's gonna, by the time it happens, it's gonna annoy the shit out of me. And Saint Twitter in general is gonna have me fucking highly annoyed.
Oh man.
Week 6 at home in the dome against the Bengals.
It's gonna be an L here, buddy. I think Joe gonna come in there light DA defense.
Bro, I could see it and wouldn't even be surprised.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Light them up, bro.
Trey Hendrickson, Bombell getting a pick. Trey Hendrickson man. Sacking Jameis, pointing to the sky. God, after he done beat Trevor Penning, bro.
I can just feel it, man. I feel it.
I'll regardless of what the outcome, the fact that we get to watch Marshawn Lattimore on Jamar Chase. Ooh. Oh, Lord. Like, those are the matchups that as football fans, like, that makes us sweat. Like, like that's if you're going to that game, and I know that and that's the game I actually wanted to go to from like a football standpoint, but it was too close to coming back from London, and I was like, man, I gotta get a breather, man. Like I can't. But that was the one I wanted to. But like that's just the football matchup kind of football porn you'll get from it alone is worth the price of admission, bro. It's worth the price of admission. You're giving them an L. I'm giving them an L. For my record right now, they're 3-3. Your record, they're 4-2, still above 500. So after they lose to the Bengals on a short week, mind you, they go to Arizona. I was actually planning to go to the Arizona game, but I was like, man, I'm already seeing these guys 3 times. I'm not going to do 4. But they go to Arizona and face the Cardinals on Thursday Night Football. This is, of course, Nuke is suspended for the first 6 games of the season. Gets to play against the Saints in his first game back, week 7.
Yeah, and it's just such an interesting team to try to figure out because they got issues, bro. They got issues, but still can be look kind of talented on paper, but you just kind of wonder. And obviously, the biggest question is where's Kyler Murray's head at? You know what I'm saying? And I know it seems like they're going like Team Cliff, but it's like what's Team Cliff without Murray? Like you know what I'm saying? It's like that package deal. So I don't know. It's interesting to see how all that works out. But I think once football starts, all that goes out the window, and I think you're gonna see a good Kyler Murray this year, bro. I got that as an L.
Got that as a. I'm going
on a Thursday night too.
Yeah, I wanted to go. I wanted to go L because of the whole Thursday night game because notoriously the Saints don't do well on Thursday night football. But you brought up all their issues. I think that, and I get it. Like once kind of the game starts, like I think there may be some marination on like the issues, bro. Like I think it lingers into the season, and I think that there's going to be games, and I'm more putting it that the Saints are going to benefit from the Cardinals' internal issues, and they come out in the win on Thursday Night Football. So it would be huge. It would be huge for them to win that game after we both have them coming off a loss to the Bengals. But I think they get the win against the Cardinals on Thursday Night Football. I'm not going to the game, so hopefully that helps for sure. If I was going, I for sure lost. But as of right now, we both have them at 4-3. So we disagreed on some games that they'll win and lose, but right now we both have them at 4-3.
Mm-hmm.
The game you and I will go to. I don't know if that means I just put it down as an L right now or what, but Halloween Eve against the Raiders. It's been a long time since I've been to New Orleans and just got to experience New Orleans. The last time I got to do that was 2018, when you and I went to the Week 1 opener against the Bucks, which that's almost 4 years ago now, which is crazy. I cannot imagine what the atmosphere and the vibe is going to be inside the Superdome. They're lucky this is not like a nighttime game because or whatever. It's an early game, but I still think that the dome is going to be fucking rocking with weirdos, and I mean that in the greatest form of flattery. This Raiders team is completely different, though, right? They have flooded Derek Carr with weapons. Devontae Adams. Hunter Renfrow, who was very good. Darren Waller. Josh Jacobs, good running back, even though they didn't pick up his 5th-year option. I think it's going to be a good-ass game.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a great game. The story of this game is much like the story of the last time that the Saints played the Raiders in 2020 in an empty stadium in Vegas, was that the pass rush for the Saints was anemic, bro. It was just, and I remember that game got off to such a hot start. Like Drew was cooking and taking them down the field. AK, I think they had 2 back-to-back scoring touchdown drives, and it looked like, shit. It was Monday Night Football game. Here we go. And offense started to stall, and the Saints pass rush couldn't get nothing on Derek Carr.
Couldn't stop Darren Waller.
Malcolm Jenkins looked old against Waller, bro. And I get Darren Waller an elite tight end.
It just couldn't stop him. It was like
looking old out there, bro. But here's what I will say: if they're both healthy, there has not been a cornerback better at stopping Devontae Adams than Marshawn Lattimore. Hasn't been, bro. Just it hasn't. Fact. Now, Marcus Williams isn't there. You go back to that Green Bay game, Marcus Williams was over the top a lot, helping, but not all the time. Sometimes it was straight, just man on man, mano a mano. Yeah. The fact that you and I get to watch that matchup live in person, bro, I'm giving them the win against the. Even I know I'm going to be there. I'm going to be in the stands. I get it. I can't even think the last time the Saints won. I think it was during Mike Thomas' rookie season. So what? That's 2016. Was the last time the Saints won a game that I attended in person. But I'm giving them a win against the Raiders at home, Halloween Eve in the Superdome.
I agree.
Yeah. I don't think it's not gonna be an easy game. It's not gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be one of those butt cheek games where your butt cheeks clench the whole time. But I do think, and kind of we talked about a little bit on the preview pod, revenge game for DA, bruh. Got fired. Don't let your old team that you coach. Like, hopefully that maybe you know how players love going out and winning for their coach when they're going against their old team. Mm-hmm. They love doing that shit. So we both gave them a win. They're at 5-3. Okay, not bad, bro. Especially in the NFC, not bad at all. Week 9.
Oh,
Monday Night Football.
Oh,
Lamar. I'm just gonna give him an L, bro. I don't even know why.
Yeah, I'm just giving it an L, bro. Like I don't know.
No, just give it an L, bro. I think DA has shown, and especially with Jalen Hurts in 2 back-to-back seasons, but sometimes there's something about mobile quarterbacks that just flummox his game plans and his defense. Just flummox him, bro.
It's just like they got these big, long, 280-pound DNs. It's like I just don't think the defense built for that type of quarterback.
You're right, man. That is
just crazy.
You perfectly said. Yeah. That is so perfectly said. I couldn't have said it better myself. Because they love these, incredible Hulk type power defensive ends that go speed to power. And I get it. It worked out with Cam Jordan and everything. But I was like, do y'all like pass rushers with Bend? Like Ben wins too, bro. Like the last pass rusher we had with Ben, with Ben, Trey had Ben, like excellent Ben at times. But yeah. I remember there'd be some games when Darnell Ellerby, bro, would be rushing the passer, and his Ben was crazy. He was like an outside linebacker. Like,
oh man, he did.
Sometimes Ben wins. I will say that. I'll say this though. DA's been like the Ravens offensively with Greg Olsen. No, it's not Greg Olsen. Oh fuck.
Greg Roman.
Sorry. Greg Roman. It's very similar to how fucking Philadelphia plays, bro. With Jalen and like everything's tied to the quarterback, the run game, like that. It just we've seen it. It gives the Saints defense fits. Maybe this season they'll figure out an answer to it, but until like I see it with my eyes, I'm giving them an L against the Ravens.
And, that puts Lamar's doing the running is just he's ridiculous. Like
special.
If he's healthy in a dome on that fast track, bro, like
prime time, bro. Lights, camera, action. Whew.
And to me, I just feel like this is like adversity time for New Orleans, man.
There it is.
injuries. You ain't had a bye week yet. Players getting a little tired. It's just kind of like the dog day, or they in the middle of the season. It's like, will this season end at some point? It's like I could just see this being just an L, man. Like for whatever reason.
No,
the Ravens might not even have a winning record coming into this game, but I can still see it being an L.
Easy. And then they stay in the AFC North the next week, and they travel to Pittsburgh.
Oh, I love this so much.
And face the Steelers.
Oh, I love this, man. I love this game so much because it's gonna tell so many stories because we don't know what's gonna be the story.
I didn't even mention, just going back to the Ravens game real quick. That's the Marcus Williams revenge game.
Ooh.
They drafted arguably one of the best players in the draft, and Kyle Hamilton, bro. Like that deep. The Ravens just do Raven things, bro. The Ravens just do Raven things. It's crazy when you think about it because both teams, Saints and Ravens, kind of built from the back to the front.
Yeah.
Well, the Saints invest more of their high first round picks in the front, but the secondary is such a huge thing for both teams.
It starts with the secondary.
It does.
It does.
And going back to the Ravens game real quick, I can just see Kyle Hamilton coming off the edge. You don't know if he's coming. You don't know if he's dropping coverage. Marcus Williams could just play fucking single high safety. And we've seen this story, bro.
Book it. Marcus Williams is picking off James Winston.
100%.
He gonna get a pick off James. Like, book it right now. Write it down. If I'm wrong, I'll apologize. But that's it. Like, it's gonna happen.
Let's go to week. So we were at week 10 at Pittsburgh Steelers game. Whoo, this is a big game because right now we got them at 5-4. Both of us got them at 5-4, teetering a little bit.
Just that. Ooh, and you smoking that. Laquila T was smoking that cigarette. It's like, ooh, it's just what's going on here. They're still in a good spot. Like they can take it. Like they're at that midpoint where they could tank. Like the season can go completely terrible, or they could be like a good playoff team. Like they're right in the middle.
Yes. I'm going to assume. Big assumption. I'm going to assume by week 10 that Kenny Pickett's starting.
Me too.
I'm just going to assume it. And I get he has shit ton of weapons. Flush with weapons, really, if we're being honest, bro. Like, Kenny Pickett couldn't have landed in a better situation than he did, bro. God damn. Defense, you got TJ Watt. The rest of that Steelers defense, TJ Watt and Fitzpatrick, Mika Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
Ain't a lot on that Steelers defense. The Steelers offensive line still very troublesome.
Yeah.
I do think that the Saints defense can give Kenny Pickett a lot of problems in terms of different look coverages. One thing, even though I like him at the prospect, one thing is that he gets a little gun shot in the pocket when that pressure starts getting a little hot. That because it's such a crucial game, I'm giving them the win. Giving them the win at Pittsburgh against Steelers for them to go 6-4.
Same here. I just think, if you look at DA, he does pretty good against rookie quarterbacks.
Yes.
You look at what he did against Mac Jones. Mac Jones had a fantastic year last year, but one of his lumps was against the Saints. So I think we Kenny Pickett I think Kenny Pickett might have a good season. I think one of his lumps is going to be against the Saints. I think they go up there and handle business, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too. I think they'll get the win. They get 6-4, get a little mojo back, and well. Week 11 in the Dome. Super Bowl win champions. Los Angeles Rams returns to the Dome, bro.
That game got to get flexed, right? Don't you feel like that game gonna get flexed around that point?
Probably. I mean, yeah. If the Saints were 6-4, the Rams will probably have a winning record. I would guess so. Yes.
Man. That's a tough one to pick, bro.
Tough game, bro.
Don't the Rams got Allen Robinson now?
Sure do. Yes, they do.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go L, man.
Yeah. I think you're right, bro. Like, especially, I know what the game plan is, bro. Like, if 51 is still starting on offense for the Saints at right guard, hey, 9-9, see him, all game.
All game.
All game.
Like, that's what I tell them. I'm like, look, you are lining up against Ruiz in that three gap, and you gonna just kill him. Wherever 51 at, kill him. Just take his lunch until they figure out a plan to stop you. Like, just keep doing it.
Yeah. I'm just gonna give them the L. I do think our defense can give their offense trouble.
Agreed. Completely agree.
And I do think our defense can get to Matt Stafford. He might throw like a pick, maybe even 2 picks. But I think ultimately they end up with the L in that game. That puts them at 6-5, bro. That's teetering.
Ooh.
It's teetering. Week 12, another big game, NFC West at San Francisco.
Who's the quarterback?
I was just gonna say, bro, like this San Francisco game give me just exact vibes that the Cardinals game this season do, like the tension in the 49ers front office, like Kyle Shanahan wanted Mac Jones, John Lynch went Trey Lance, and maybe now there's words in San Francisco that Trey Lance been kind of underwhelming, and so if that's what's coming out. You know what Kyle Shanahan doing every time he walked by John Lynch office? Just giving that look like, told your ass. told your ass. And you have detailed this greatly about Marcus Davenport of the whole concept of sunken fallacy costs, bro. Like the Niners basically traded 3 first-round picks or whatever the fuck they traded to get up to 3 to draft Trey Lance. Like, you have to see, he has to play, bro. Like, he gotta play. Like, there was a notion, and this would be wild, and I don't think it's gonna happen, but maybe if Jimmy G hadn't gotten the shoulder surgery, if his shoulder wasn't injured, that they were just gonna bring Jimmy G back and sit Trey Lance on the bench again, bro. That would be insane. So I'm gonna go with the whole who's the quarterback? Debo doesn't want to be there. Blah 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 blah. I think they'll go to San Francisco. I know I'm going to be in the stands again watching it. I think they win. I think they win at San Francisco.
Yeah, I agree.
I do. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game.
Oh, it's going to be good, bro. Like, when is it not?
And it's the Niners, so we already know what type of game it is, bro. It's going to be tight. And I'm going to be sitting right next to my girl who's a 49ers fan, bro. Oh, Lord.
Is Cam Jordan the only player on the team that was there for that 2011?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Crazy.
I also was fucking there. Oh, God. The pain. So San Francisco, we'll give them a win. Week 13 at Tampa Bay. Now it's Monday Night Football. I know a lot of things fans like, we'll just sweep the Bucs. I think the luck runs out this season. I said this earlier. I do think they'll split with the Bucs starting, obviously. So I think they'll drop the game on Monday Night Football at Tampa Bay to the Bucs. I don't know why. I mean, who knows? They may beat them a second time. If they
I
beat
feel
them
like the odds got to catch up at some point, right?
at some point, bro. At some point, it got to. It has to.
I don't think the odds gonna catch up. I think like the Saints defense, like I feel like this is their mountain they plant their flag on. Like we not losing to Tom Brady, bro. Like we go. I feel like this Tom Brady last. That'll be the last. This is last final season. Look, we never know. He thought it was his final season. At the end. A couple of months ago. But I really do think this is final season. He got 300-something million waiting on him. As a broadcaster, his foot out the door. This is it. I think the Saints at least want to hang their hat on. Look, Tom Brady, we wasn't letting Tom Brady get past us. I think for some reason, like the Tampa Bay game is like the lodestar for the Saints for some reason. Like it's like
the pinnacle.
It's like it just reinvigorates them.
Yep.
It's just it's that point in the season where they get to look in the mirror and be like, it's like what's the movie the Jamaican bobsleigh team, Cool Runnings?
Oh, Cool Runnings, bro. Classic.
When you look in the mirror, I'm a bad mother sucker who don't take nothing from nobody. Like, I feel like they do that for this game, man. Like
they do.
So I feel like
they do.
I feel like this gonna be a win that kind of gets them back on track for the season.
I think I'm just at this point just playing the odds, bro, and just saying,
it makes 100% sense. Like it makes your take is completely logical. Like
so you give them the win. So I have them right now at 7-6. You have them at 8-5. So then they go into the bye. Week 14, a super fucking late bye, bro. Like
late 14, bro. Like man.
Shit, bro.
They gonna be banged up, bro. Like,
banged up, man. We already know. I know they already got Kevin White number on speed dial, bro, just in case. Someone gets Steve. I will say this too. We're obviously doing this right now in terms of like the current status of the team, how it currently sits. Like if they were to add like a Jarvis Landry, but some of these losses I've said that's a loss, I might change to a win. Like I'm just, I think adding a player of his ilk, Jarvis Landry. I don't know how excited Julio at this point would get me, to be honest with you, bro. But someone like that, like a Jarvis or Julio Jones, something like that. I think it changes. It changes what I think the perception is of the team a bit in terms of win and losses. Like we talked about on Brian's podcast last night, get like a Akeem Hicks and you put him in the middle of the defense, and so now pretty much everyone on defense have one-on-one matchups and just go bang. Anyhow. So week 14, late ass bye, kind of cover, regroup, and close out these last 4 games. And Sean Payton, again, I know it's not Sean Payton team. Sean Payton always like to look at the season like in quarters, like the first, quarter of the season, the first 4 games, et cetera, et cetera. So after their bye, they have their last quarter of the season, home game against the Falcons.
I'm gonna go to W, man, because I feel like I think when they come up that bye, bro, it's just spit dripping from their mouth, man. I think they see it in sight. They targeting that 2 seed or 3 seed. I think they come out getting guns blazing, man.
I gave him an L, bro.
Give him an L, all right.
I gave him an L. I think this season, spoiler alert, I think they split with the Falcons. I think they split with the Bucks, and I think they sweep Carolina. They split. I think they split with all the NFC South teams. I don't know why. That's how I have it working out. I know because at 7-6, coming off a bye, for them to go 8-6, that would be great. But like I've been on the Saints fan ride long enough to know. Like, can't fool me, bro. Can't fool me, bro. So I gave them an L. So I have them at 7-7. You have them at 9-5 going into week 16 at Cleveland, a Saturday night or Saturday football game. That's an interesting game. It's also a super gross game, like a gross game. Like one that I feel a little uncomfortable watching, just to be completely honest about it. But I do have them rebounding and getting the win against the Browns.
Yeah, I agree. I think they get the win.
Man, you're high on these niggas, bro. You got that.
No, man, I'm really not high, bro. I think they win 10 games.
Okay, so right now I have them at 8-7. You have them at 10-5.
Yep.
Okay. Week 17 at Philly. Nope. L.
I knew that was a L. Before I even looked at the schedule, I knew this was a L. They got to show me before I believed they beat
Yep. That's easy. That's simple. Like, it's not even the Eagles at this point, bro. Can you just beat Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts. Can you beat Jalen Hurts?
Which is a sad fucking statement, bro.
Sad, man. You get this man paid. You get this man career laid out.
You know what's also fucking sad? They're going to beat us in week 17 and get a higher draft pick, bro. They double winning. Okay. Week 18. I don't even know. So I have them at 8-8 going into week 18. You have them at 10-6 going into week 18. Close out the season against the Panthers in the Dome. 8-8, 10-6, whichever. They have, playoff potential, whatever's on the line. I have them beating Carolina in week 18 because I gave them the L against Carolina in week 3. So I have them finishing 9-8. What about you?
I think we take an L here. I think however it plays out, I think we're kind of going to be solidified in where we seen it. And I think the Panthers, whoever's playing quarterback, I think they're going to figure out a way to be kind of in the hunt for a playoff game. Not in it, but just kind of in the hunt. And I think they're going to, they're probably going to win 7 games or maybe 8 games and just be fighting for their life, and they win this game. Game. And the Saints in the season on a 2-game losing streak, bro. And it's just going to be like, what the hell is going on? But they end the game, they end the season with 10 wins.
If they end the season with being 10-7, like I know, and in the ending the season with 2 losses would feel like demoralizing going to the playoffs that way. That's a successful season for the Saints. Yeah. Like this Saints team, that's a successful season. I have them going 9-8, and in the NFC, that probably gets you at least a wild card game with the expansion of the playoffs, potentially, because the NFC is expected to be down, and we say that now, and watch the NFC just be fucking just a bloodbath or some shit, bro. What's interesting though is that for last season when we did this, we both had them going 10-7, and they went 9-8.
Yeah.
So they lost one more game than we predicted. We both ended with them going 10-7 last year. This season, I have them winning 1 less game than you, which means that if our predictions hold, they're either going to go 9-8 if it's by your model, or they're going to go 8-7. 8-8. No, 8-8. No, 8-8 doesn't exist anymore, right?
No, 8-9.
8-9. 8-9 if it's my model. So, and even I know 8-9 would feel gross, but I think the margin for this team, I get it. The Chris Olave thing is big. We had a great discussion with Brian last night, just about optimistic, pessimistic things of how good the offense can be, how bad the offense can be, and vice versa. A lot hinges on players. We talked about it. A lot hinges on who is Mike Thomas and what version of Mike Thomas are we getting. Peyton Turner. Who are you?
Oh.
Can you rush the passer? Can you beautiful smile, but can you growl just a little bit, just like
man? And Jermaine Johnson over here talking about, I just want to bring violence. I just want to kill whoever I see. Like he just, I know it's his talk, man, but I just was like, man,
we couldn't wait a year on the pass rusher, bro. We couldn't wait a year.
Bro.
We couldn't wait. And maybe it ended up the best because, like, and this is a fun thought exercise of if you would want team A, or if you would want, let's say it's Elijah Moore on the Saints, and then whoever they would have drafted, right? As opposed to having, and so you have Elijah Moore, so you wouldn't have Chris Olave, but you would have Elijah Moore and Jordan or in Jermaine Johnson, or would you rather have Peyton Turner and Chris Olave? Like, I don't know, bro. Like,
I don't know, man.
That's a sliding doors type of question. But he's crucial. Marcus Davenport's crucial. I'll say it again. I said it earlier. Them adding a player, whether it's a Jarvis Landry or someone on offense, some type of weapon, I think that in itself can increase another win. But here's the thing, right? We both have to put in perspective. These records are just going by us, like just going through games. We can't forget that, like, Sean Payton being the head coach alone gave them an extra 1 to 2 wins that they probably wouldn't have had as a team, just by coaching.
That's a fact.
Just by
But
coaching.
I wanted to mention last night on Brian's show is, Sean Payton kind of will cost you a game or two, too.
Oh, okay. Message. That Giants game, bro.
Some dumb shit, bro. Like, he would do some dumb shit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, take out your order. Maybe the all evens out at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see, bro. Like, we just predicting right now. Great thing about the NFL is we don't know shit. We don't know shit,
Nothing,
bro.
Nothing.
They can start 0-6.
Good.
They can start 6-0.
Bro,
We don't know.
If they started 0-6, the podcast we would be doing. We talked about like the worst case scenario for the Saints. And I said it, bro. This team started off like shit, just looks bad. 0-2, 0-3, 0-4. Then it's everyone coming for DA's head, saying, that's why they should have hired Doug Peterson. That's why they should have hired Eric Bieniemy, whatever it is. And then they end the season with the top 10 or top 5 pick that they don't even get to keep because it goes to Philadelphia. That is some dark shit, bro.
Dark, man. Darkness.
Dark. Our live stream would be funny as shit, though. I mean,
but our overall numbers would be kind of poo, man. I don't want.
Yes. No, they would be.
I want excited Saints fans.
Yes.
But hey, it's a possibility. It's a possibility.
Man. We don't know, bro. We don't know. And just last season, perfect example, bro. We had Jameis for a couple of weeks, and then we had Trevor Siemian for a couple games, Taysom for a couple of games. Just back to Trevor Siemian. We don't know. But just like you said,
will we see Andy Dalton at any point this season?
It's possible. I don't want Saints fans to just think it's not possible. Like it's a Jameis. It's a 2-game span of Jameis throwing 3 interceptions away where they have to start having that conversation, bro.
Yeah, it is, bro. Like that's how crazy it is.
And we said, and again, if you listen to Brian, we retweeted it. Go check out Brian's podcast we did last night. It was very great Saints discussion. But like, Jameis has a 2-game stretch where he throwing 3 interceptions per game, bruh. And I'm watching Game Pass and Kenny Pickett just out there just balling, bruh. We're going to have a conversation, bruh.
Ooh.
We going to have a conversation, nigga. Because I would want to see whatever their evaluation is, whatever their draft board is, and I would need to examine it because that shit. But like, that's the dark side of it, bro. Let's flip it, bro. No one thought the Bengals were going to go to the fucking Super Bowl last year, man.
Exactly.
Cincinnati Bengals? The Bengals? Jamar Chase was having trouble catching footballs in preseason. That didn't mean shit.
Nothing, man.
Nothing. So ultimately, we don't fucking know anything. We just we picking games just based off history or our thoughts of the team, where they stand, how they match up to other teams, and historically how they have letdowns, how they get up for games, things like that. That's all we did. But like football starts in like 4 months, and it will be here before you know it. So we are doing things this football season to really increase engagement with our listeners. I don't know if I'm gonna do something like this every month or every other month or what have you, but once a month, something I do try to plan to do, and this is coming out of my own money, is buying a single game ticket to a game within that month, and just every month just raffling it off to all our Patreon people. Like, I'm serious about this, man. I'm serious. Like, you guys, not all guys, y'all support us, and the only way to show our appreciation is to turn it back and just show how much we appreciate y'all as an audience. So, like I said, once, so the season starts in September, so September to January-ish. Like I said, once a month. It may not be a great seat, it might be kind of hot, but like, that's the great thing about the Superdome is like pretty much wherever you fucking sit in the Superdome, you can see everything. Like, that's a perk about the dome. So I'm serious about it, and I just want to give thanks back to our Patreons. And so hopefully we're able to get more Patreons as well. We get closer to the goal of 200 Patreons. We're getting there. We're 80 away. It sounds like a lot. It's not. If one person listens to this pod donated $1, we'd be there. That's it.
Oh, man.
One person who's not a Patreon member donated $1, we'd hit our goal.
Oh, man.
But I'm excited about the season, and I'm not even so much excited about like the Saints, because there's still a part of me that is still very turned off about the courting Deshaun Watson. But I am excited about engaging our listeners, having like that meetup we have with our listeners that weekend of that Raiders game, bruh. Especially because it's going to be in New Orleans.
I can't wait, bro.
Bruh, you already know it's going to be fucking turning that bitch. So that's what we're excited about. So it's late here. We're wrapping up. It's 11 here. It's 1 where Ryan is. We're getting off. But thank you guys for supporting us. I apologize for us. It kind of was a lapse in us recording. We haven't recorded in a while. I went back home. First of all, after the draft, things completely died. And then for Mother's Day weekend, I went back home to Texas, spent time with my family. Kind of dealing with the first Mother's Day with my mother being here was something I had to get through, but I had to do it around family. Wasn't really like in a football-ish mood to talk about football or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But back home, the schedule came out, ready to talk about football. Hopefully we can get some guests on here soon. I reached out to Hal. Hal said, basically Hal Hippo, if you don't know who Hal is, he works at Industrial Light and Magic. He's worked on The Mandalorian. He's worked on Boba Fett. Hal basically said, man, I am swamped right now, but let's keep in touch. We'll figure something out. Hal out there doing the thing for Kenobi, bro. I know he is. Just putting that touch on it. But we hope to get some guests on here. Maybe we could get Sophia on here, talk about fucking black hole that we got a picture of in our universe, bro.
The Milky Way Gooch, baby.
You know what, nigga? On that note, thank you guys for supporting us. We truly appreciate it. We look forward to the season. We'll keep you guys in the loop of what we have planned. The first preseason game is against the Texans. It's to be determined in terms of like the time and the date, but I know it's against the Texans. So that's the first game that we're going to do the testing of the live stream for on Zoom for all our Patreons, just like we did for the draft. So be tuned for all that details. Training camp, we have stuff coming up, rookie mini camp, vet mini camp, and then there's a dead period, and then everything will ramp up when training camp starts. So we got shit coming. We got you guys covered. Thank y'all for all y'all support. We truly appreciate it. With that, we're out.
Peace.
O'Reilly. You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly.